How has Josh Fander Fleer not had a sniff at being a test lion this year? To me, this is absolutely ridiculous, considering all the circumstances, considering the ability, considering the player himself. How is he not a test lion? I want to break this down. I want to break down a little bit of Tizano as well. There's news coming from his camp about that. But as always, like, subscribe. It really does help the channel grow. And let's get into it, because Fander Fleer confuses me. 2022's World Player of the Year. The guy, he's an absolute phenomenon. The way he plays, the engine that he has is a game changer. He is a game changer kind of player. He is one of those players that when he gets on, he's going to cause destruction. He's going to cause a lot of disruption. He's going to get in your face. He's going to be fighting for everything, and he's going to be fighting for as long as he's on the pitch, which is kind of exactly what you want as a lion. Now, we've got to take in consideration, he plays for Leinster, dominant. He plays for Ireland, dominant. Andy Farrell is the coach for Ireland, and he's the coach for the Lions. But yet he doesn't get a sniff at being a test lion. How has this happened? Now, there is a lot of competition when it comes down to the back row, right? Whether you have Tom Curry, whether you have Jack Morgan, Henry Pollock, Ben Earl, you have Jack Conan. Jack Conan, I can fully understand, being that number 8. In my opinion, he is the best 8 that they have available to them. What he brings to the game, his experience, his leadership, his ability to just absolutely be frustrating when needed. Yes, 100% he's been set there. But Andy Farrell has liked to use that lock, that extra lock, and put him in that number 6 position. So whether we are seeing Ty Burn, whether we're seeing Ollie Chesham fill into that 6th position, and then have, whether it's Ryan, McCarthy, Chesham playing at number 5, pairing up with Maro Itoje, right? So to me, I feel that obviously Ty Burn is phenomenal. He is absolutely amazing, right? He can play at the lock. Personally, I prefer to see Ty Burn at number 5, pairing with Maro Itoje, and then we could have potentially seen Tom Curry at 6, which we saw him play so dominantly for England. Play him at 6, play Fander Fleer at 7, Jack Conan at 8. Right? They got the engine, they've got the dominance, they've got the tackling power, they've got everything that you could potentially want. They've got the physicality. But Andy Farrell has opted for playing someone like Ty Burn at 6. We saw in previous games, he is so dominant, but he could have been just as dominant at 5. And then just let a player like Fander Fleer run rampant. Now, there must be something going on behind the scenes that we don't know about for a player of his quality to not get a chance, whether it's mentality, whether it's ability, whether it's work rate, whatever it is. It must have been something big for a player like Fander Fleer not to be a test lion. Honestly, I feel this is his last genuine chance at being a test lion. Because, I mean, how old is Fander Fleer? I think he's like 30 years old. Yeah, he's 32 years old. So by the time the next Lions tour comes around, he's going to be 36. And that's going to be in the back end of his career. And then when you have the likes of Henry Pollock, who is just snipping at their heels, what's the chances of Fander Fleer not only playing above the rest, Fander Fleer making the Lions tests again, becoming a test lion, when right now, when he's quite possibly at his peak, isn't able to, he isn't able to become a test lion, even with Andy Farrell as the head coach. So this is what gets me to think that there must have been something behind the scenes that has caused this not to happen. Because Obviously, Henry Pollock, he didn't get a sniff at being a test lion either. Understandable, though. It's his breakout season. He's played brilliantly for the Saints. He played brilliantly when he came in for England. And the games that he actually did have for the Lions, he actually played pretty well. But I can understand why he wasn't played as a test lion. A lot of it is going to come down to experience. A lot of it is going to be coming down to leadership. It's going to be coming down to consistency. There's a lot that's going to be going into it. And I can understand that 100%. Right? Same thing for Finn Smith. Finn Smith didn't really get a shot. And again, I can understand why. We can potentially see them come in for the next Lions tour and absolutely dominate. So it's not the end of the world for them. They probably have another 2 to 3 more Lions tests available for them. Whereas someone like Fander Fleer, this is his last chance to be a test lion. And I just feel it's a chance lost, because a player of his talent, of his ability, is an absolute game changer. And this is something that could have been, just even having him on the bench could have made such a difference. Coming in on the 50th, 60th minute when everybody's tired, and then having a player like him who has the legs, who has the work rate, who has the ball skills to be able to create absolute havoc, and which we've seen him do throughout his entire career wherever he's playing. So I don't know. I do feel if the Lions do happen to lose, this is going to be one thing that they're going to say, you should have played Fander Fleer, right? You should have played him. You should have played this. The Lions, yes, they've won the series. Ideally, they would like a whitewash. And Ty Burn, he's already played brilliantly for the Lions. So this third test isn't really going to do that much for him. Same thing for Tom Curry, who he's been playing absolutely brilliantly. They've won the series. Yes, I understand that you want to be going full out for that third test and go for the whitewash. And again, it's understandable that Henry Pollock doesn't make it. But Fander Fleer, come on, guys, come on. I just feel that it's an opportunity lost, especially for someone of his talent and his quality. I just feel that he's too good not to have made it at all, and that just frustrates me. But moving on into other news, Tizano, he's been left out of the squad as well. From what I've read, they're kind of making this a little bit of excuse in relation to all the media attention that he's been getting, and they want to kind of keep away from it. Look, if you guys have ever watched this channel before, you understand that I'm not exactly very big when it comes down to theatrics. I don't like it in the sport at all. If you want to be theatrical, go to football. But I feel Tizano has gotten a little bit of smack unnecessarily. I feel that Jack Morgan clean out was clean. It was a good tackle. And there was a lot of bits going on about how he play acted, and he made it more dramatic than what does need to be. Look, I feel that tackle was clean, but he still got hit by a monster like Jack Morgan coming in at a sprint with force. You look the way that his body bent. I don't care who you are going to be feeling the effects of it. So if that I can understand why they would have kept him out, but making this about the drama, making this about the complaint, Australia complaining about this and about that, and he's been in the spotlight recently, and we're gonna take him, we're gonna keep him out, keep him away from this and away from that. Look, keep it straight. The Aussies are going to be playing South Africa in a couple of weeks, literally a couple of weeks. Look, we're resting our players. We want to give them a bit of time. Tizano is a big player. We want to rest him, prepare him. He's taken a big knock up against, with Jack Morgan in that tackle, whether it's a controversial tackle or not. He took a hit, and it was a big one. Anybody would have been hurt by that. So just say it. Look, he picked up a bit of a knock. Not all of this bloody drama about this and about that. Oh, this tackle was unfair. Oh, just enough. Keep him out, fair enough. Straight, simple. But that's a big blow for Australia as well. Not having a player like Tizano is not nice. He is going to be, it's not. He's replaceable. Everybody's replaceable. And it would be lovely to see Australia come through with a win. But I would love to see a player like Tizano fully prepared and ready for that South Africa game. Because they're going to South Africa. That's not going to be an easy test by any means. So I want to see him there. I also want to see Tanila Tupou there. I want to be seeing players like Len Ikitau, Suali'i there, But I just feel that this is just a bit of it's just a bit stupid from the Australian management, let's say. Just be straight up. Look, it is what it is. It happened. No point, crying about spoiled milk. Just get on with it. Got a knock, he's out. Fair enough. But anyway, that's just my little rant for today. As always, I want to hear what you guys have to say. What do you think about Fander Fleer? Am I right? Am I just being a big baby about this Fander Fleer thing? Is there a reason why he should have been left out and not get a chance to be a Test Lion at 32 years old? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I also want to hear what you have to say about Tizano. Just your thoughts. Anyway, catch you guys in the next one. Bye.